How far back can you trace your own family history? For most of us, the trail goes cold after 3 or 4 generations. We can name our parents and our grandparents, but the branches usually fade away into blank space once we reach the 1800s. As we can see in this excerpt, ancient Hawaiian culture relied on a sacred record called Mo'uku'auhau. This genealogy defined a person's identity and established their mana, or power, and these lineages stretched back much further than a few generations. Tracing an ancient Hawaiian family tree back to its beginning eventually leads past human ancestors entirely. The ancestors at the top of the tree are the rain, the oceans, the stars, and the soil itself. In this worldview, you are a literal descendant of the earth, part of one continuous family tree that includes the entire physical world. This cosmic lineage begins with foundational parents, like Haumea, the Earth Mother. Looking at these notes on Hawaiian mythology, we learn that Haumea represents the earth when it is actively creating and giving life. That life-giving power takes a physical form in the breadfruit tree, a sacred symbol of sustenance that nourished the people of the islands for centuries. This passage describes Kane as the god of procreation, light, and fresh water. He is worshipped not just as a deity, but as a direct ancestor to all chiefs and commoners. According to the traditions, these immense cosmic forces collaborated to bring the very first human into existence. The legends describe Kane molding the first man out of the rich red earth of the island before breathing life into him. Because humans were shaped directly from the soil, the land functions as a literal parent rather than just a piece of property. If we view life as a giant family tree, we have to account for what happens when a single leaf finally falls. This text on the soul explains that death involves a separation of the physical body from the spirit, allowing the individual's essence to continue on. Spirits move between two distinct realms, Ao, the world of light where we live, and Po, the dark spiritual realm of the ancestors. This next excerpt explains that passing away is a return trip. A spirit leaves the living world to go back into the safety of Po, the spiritual waters where all life originally began. This reading details how souls climb along the branches of their family tree to be met by their aumakua. Aumakua are ancestors who have transitioned into guardian spirits. They ensure that their living descendants safely find their way back home to the spirit world. In the Hawaiian worldview, the afterlife is a family reunion, where the lineage takes care of its own across the gap between living and dead. These grand mythological concepts define the reality of walking through the Hawaiian Islands today. These traditions provide a practical instruction manual for navigating the world with absolute respect. This respect is visible in the cultural mandate to protect the Aina, or the land. You can see it in the way these traditional taro patches are carefully nurtured and sustained. The logic follows a family model. You would not trash your grandmother's living room, so you cannot pollute or pave over the land that created you. The dirt, the fresh water, and the sky are treated as senior family members who demand the same reverence as human elders. If we revisit our opening family tree, we can now see it as a perfectly balanced circle where humans are deeply interconnected with the water, the trees, and the mountains. Imagine how differently we might treat the forests, the rivers, and the air we breathe if we viewed them as our oldest, most protective relatives.